Confirmed the body found along Route 50 on Sunday afternoon in Anne Arundel County is in fact that of missing teen Dacara Thompson. Now, earlier this morning, police announced that she had been killed and a man has already been arrested and charged in connection with her murder. That suspect, according to Prince George's County Police, is in the United States illegally and is now subject to an ICE detainer. News 4's Darcy Spencer joins us live in Bowie, where that man was taken into custody. It is the news her parents, her community were hoping they would not receive. Darcy Spencer, bring us up to speed with what we know.
And that's right, Erica. You know, and this murder really shaken this Bowie community. Many just finding out this news today, this morning, this afternoon from us as we ask people questions in the community. That killing allegedly happened in the house right here behind me. I spoke to a woman who lives here. She asked to not be shown on camera, but she says she had no idea a crime had happened inside the house and that this suspect is her cousin. It was inside this house on Cambridge Drive in Bowie, inside this bedroom that investigators say 19-year-old Dacara Thompson was.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we have more devastating news related to another crime of a different sort. A black woman is murdered by an illegal immigrant. But we have so many liberals and leftists saying, oh, well, most of the illegals don't commit crimes. Most of the illegals are here to do good work and stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. Well, let me point you to example 399, where we have another illegal immigrant committing a murder on a black woman, no less. And for some unknown reason, we have the media being silent on it yet again. But of course, you only have a few people like CBS News talking about it. But we're also going to be going over that as well, where the media is just completely not talking about this story whatsoever. It's been a few days, so this had some time to marinate. So without further ado, we have this here from CBS News, which says, body found along highway identified as missing Maryland woman, suspect charged with murder. So we're going to be watching this, and then we'll be watching the other video of the people talking to the family. So without further ado, let's go.
WJZ investigates uncovering new information about the murder of a 19-year-old whose body was dumped over a bridge near Annapolis. A suspect we know in custody tonight, and authorities saying he's in the country illegally. Investigator Mike Helgren live in Anne Arundel County with what charging documents reveal about this man and the case. Mike, good evening.
Good evening, Rick. 7 pages of detailed charging documents. This suspect was from Guatemala. According to court records, he worked for a Baltimore-based landscaping company. Police used surveillance video and cell phone tracking to build their case. This suspect is now being held without bail. And a warning, some of the details you're about to hear are disturbing.
This is a good young woman who wanted to do good for her community.
You seen Dacara?
A heartbreaking end to the search for 19-year-old Dacara Thompson. Her family desperately looked for answers for weeks.
I want my baby back. I just simply want my daughter back.
Police found Thompson's body on Route 50 near Interstate 97 in the Annapolis area. According to charging documents WJZ Investigates obtained, the suspect, 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez-Mendez, threw her body off a highway bridge into the South River. She had skull and facial fractures. Her family identified her through tattoos.
At this time, there are no additional suspects. However, this investigation is ongoing.
Thompson, who lived with her dad, disappeared after going out to get gas. She sent him this text.
I should be back soon. I love you too. Good night.
The 19-year-old is seen on surveillance video leaving her SUV behind in Hyattsville. According to charging documents, she approached the suspect's GMC Yukon and after approximately a minute of conversing, walks over to the passenger side of the vehicle and gets into the passenger front seat. Police say they drove to his house in Bowie and believe he killed her in his bedroom.
Yeah, so we're going
to... A roommate reports hearing the defendant having sex and then a grunting noise, which made it believe that someone wasn't enjoying the sex. After executing a search warrant...
Yeah, so, again, sorry for the minor interruption, but I wanted that to finish. The point being here is that we need to start looking into why this woman was going into why this woman was going into this person's vehicle, or etc. Now, I'm not trying to excuse the murder. I don't think this woman should never have been murdered in the first place. But I think we have to talk about on what this woman was doing, or what was leading her into this situation, right? Because obviously, her going into this is just not the play, right? I mean, you get into a stranger's car, you don't know this person, and then you end up doing this or whatever, and it sounds like something bad was going on. Maybe it turned to maybe it turned out to be more of a grape type deal. Don't know. But this is unacceptable. And we're going to find out later on as well on how bad this turns out to be in terms of what the media is.
Warrant, police found what they believed to be the victim's blood and missing fingernail, along with hair and other evidence in the bedroom and in the trash, along with multiple pairs of women's underwear and lingerie. Hernandez-Mendez agreed to an interview, telling detectives he went to a nightclub to meet his ex-girlfriend, but never did. When detectives questioned further, the defendant denied any involvement. Prince George's officials say Hernandez-Mendez was in the United States illegally. U.S. Park Police arrested him for a DUI 5 months ago, but let him go.
The U.S. Government has made status of individuals relevant. This was someone who was in their custody, and they made the decision to release him. So I think the questions should be asked of the Justice Department.
Well, I find it crazy that this woman is saying, "Oh, well, the Justice Department is a part of this." No, because you Democrats routinely do not enforce crime. So when you go out and try to blame the Justice Department and try to avoid all accountability for your actions, because it's what a lot of Democrats do, is BS. You guys most likely do not have any good, strong laws. No, I know Baltimore does not have any good laws regarding to crime, because you guys will not criminalize youth, and you are very soft on crime. Baltimore is a very far left and democratic city. So what you guys are doing right now is that you're taking what you people fail to do, and what you fail to do, and shoving it onto the Justice Department when it has no part of the Justice Department, because the police let this person with a DUI go because of your soft on crime. So don't try to shift the blame here to the DOJ or the Justice Department when we all know the Democrats are at huge fault for this. Again, another Democrat and woman not taking accountability for their actions.
And ICE has now issued a detainer for the suspect. Now, the victim worked for a nonprofit that was one of Governor Moore's initiatives, and the governor tonight is calling her a bright light, and he is promising accountability for anyone responsible for her murder.
Yeah, so we have that. Now we're going to go on to here, and we're going to watch a little bit of the investigation, or the talk, or the interview with the family at large here. So let's go.
Thompson was killed inside of a house on Cambridge Drive in Bowie, Maryland.
Rafael Sanchez Cruz has been covering the investigation there. Rafa, you spoke to the accused killer's cousin and learned some insight into how this arrest all played out.
Yeah, Lorenzo, Annie, this is a really layered case. So let me walk you through it. Yesterday, investigators executed a search warrant at this home right behind me. But today, there were federal agents back here to arrest a different man. Now, the cousin of Hugo Hernandez-Mendez tells me that they found blood inside her cousin's bedroom, that blood belonging to Dacara Thompson. It's in the side bedroom of this Bowie home where investigators say Dacara Thompson was killed. I never thought a family member would do something like that. We are distraught. The cousin of Hugo Hernandez-Mendez agreed to speak only if her face was not shown. We will call her Maria. She says her cousin, an immigrant from Guatemala, lived with her family and other relatives, but recently she rarely saw him and his behavior changed.
It's very unfortunate that we have to live in a society where predators are always lurking.
Neighbors are still in shock.
I just felt that there was a need for me to come out and extend my condolences to the family.
Oh my goodness, it's connected.
Tracy Franklin says Maryland.
Before I begin anymore, I want to go back just a little bit here and see it, just show you exactly what the problem is.
Dacara Thompson was killed.
Tampoco nunca pensé.
I never thought a family member would do something like that. We are distraught.
She cannot speak a damn lick of English. She cannot speak English. Why can't she speak English? I am getting sick and tired of allowing these people into our country and refusing to assimilate into our country. Why are you not speaking English? You should be forced to speak English in this country. Now, if you want to speak or learn another language, that's fine. I want to learn Japanese. I want to learn Japanese. I want to go to Japan one day and visit. But the fact of the matter is that we have this person here who is most likely illegal, cannot speak English whatsoever. What are we doing here? This probably never would have happened if she could speak English, because you know what happens when a family comes over, they'll come over and bring their family over to speak actual English. We need to have stronger laws to where, like, okay, if you're coming over here into this country and or what have you, and you want to bring family over, sure, we welcome your family. However, your family has to learn English before they come over here. That's what we need to have, because I am sick and tired of these people that just cannot learn English. All right, it's absolutely annoying. It's abysmal. I don't mind if you speak a second language, or your secondary tongue, or your main tongue is Spanish, but you can speak English fluently, or you can speak English, fine, but with an accent or whatever. That's fine. If you can speak English even with an accent, I don't mind. That's what you're doing. But I do not want people just speaking another language within our country. It's annoying. Let's continue.
Questioning yesterday, but was released. This morning, she says federal immigration agents were back at their home, this time for her husband, who is an undocumented immigrant from Mexico.
Porque no traían una orden para mi esposo.
They did not have an order for my husband or a warrant for me. They simply handcuffed him and took him. Maria insists her husband has nothing to do with the alleged crime. Her young children standing right next to her. She says her husband was taken despite his full cooperation in the criminal investigation. She has this message for Dacara's parents.
Yo soy madre, entiendo a la madre, entiendo al padre.
I am a mother. I understand her mother and father. I have children. I hope God gives them strength through this difficult situation. I really lament that it was a family member of mine, my cousin. I am really sorry.
Yeah, no. I don't get your sympathy from you, because you came into here and most likely broke the law. You cannot speak English. You cannot apologize in the English tongue. So we have to go off of a translator. I am so annoyed by that. It is so egregious. And now we're going to go to the final part, right? We're going to the final part, because when you do Dacara Thompson, we end up having here, if you do the full coverage, you can see here where there is pretty much nobody talking about this except for CBS and maybe NBC, and body found along highway, ID missing girl, suspect charged with murder. They won't even say the person is a legal immigrant. But look at this. You have the Washington Post probably talking about it. And that's about it, right? Nothing. But here's the thing. Even though that's not going on, you go to here to search the CNN, you go to Dacara Thompson, you have nothing here. You have nothing. Nothing indicating to this. Because, again, this is August, July, March, and March 14th. In December. None of these things, when you click on to newest, shows Dacara Thompson. Nothing at all. Because the media doesn't care. You go to this here, to AP News. We type in the Dacara Thompson. Nothing shows up. Even when we have this newest. You go to Relevance. Look, when you go to Relevance, this shows up, right? But it has nothing to do with the actual killing of Dacara Thompson. Nothing at all. And then you go here, and you type in Dacara Thompson Axios, and there's no search results. So you're seeing a pattern here that these media outlets do not care for anybody at all. They don't care for blacks. They don't care for white people. If it doesn't fit their narrative, if it doesn't fit their agenda to say, oh, well, illegal immigrants are good people, they're not going to do it. They won't say it. They don't even care if a black person is killed, because that doesn't matter to them. because all it matters is if it's if it fits their narrative. You know, if a white person kills a black person, well, we're going to talk about that, right? Because it fits their narrative. Oh, if illegal immigrant kills a black person, no, we're not going to talk about that. Sorry, that's not good enough for us. So that's what we're getting here, right? That is just the actual fact of the mainstream media. They only care for one thing, is the gender of a narrative, and as long as it fits their narrative, that's what they don't care about. There's a reason why I say the mainstream media is evil, the Democratic Party is evil, and we need to hold these companies accountable, all right? We just need to hold them accountable because it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting that we live in this society and we have a media that's pushing propaganda and doesn't care about actual lives. Plain and simple. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care, my friends.